Downtown St. Louis. Let's talk about it. Specifically, some things you should know before you decide to move here, both the good and the bad, and some things that really come down to personal preference. By the way, welcome. My name's Jacob. Let's get right into it. Number one, downtown can be very hit or miss, and whether it is a good place for you or not depends. I'm going to say that again. It depends on where you live, what you're looking for, and your expectations. It can be really great if you want that urban feel, industrial lofts, if you want to be walkable to a bunch of bars, restaurants, maybe your office if you work downtown, and a bunch of these very St. Louis things like the Arch, Busch Stadium, Enterprise Center, the America Center. All of these things to do, downtown can give you that. The downtown neighborhood is a charming community. Has its issues. Don't get me wrong, it absolutely does. You can love it or you can hate it. I mean, look, you are in the most urban part of St. Louis. You've got a bunch of these mid-rise and high-rise office buildings, condos, and apartments. It's a very organized block system, and it definitely looks and feels like a city. Now, downtown can sometimes be dead and it can sometimes be chaotic. So if you're, walking around during a Cardinals game or a concert or some kind of parade or activity going on, it is busy. A lot of people out walking around, lots of traffic, lots of cars. You might see obnoxious and drunk tourists or people that live in the county coming into the city to party it up. Traffic can suck a little bit when there's a ball game going on. And on the flip side, you might notice that during the off hours, after work, in the middle of the week, it will start to feel a little more empty. You'll notice these restaurants and shops that kind of close down early, and you'll also notice a lot of vacant and boarded up places that used to be restaurants, offices, shops. St. Louis certainly has a lot of that. Now, Washington Ave, Wash Ave, is kind of the main strip in downtown where you have bars, restaurants, hotels, shops. It is one of the busier streets. It's got a lot going on. Now, whether you want to live on Wash Ave or not is a very personal preference. Some people like being right there in the middle of the action. Some people do not. But it's got a bunch of things to do. And it's also typically one of the more touristy parts of downtown outside of, the Arch, Busch Stadium, the museums, that kind of stuff. The walkability, absolutely one of the great things of being downtown. Whether you're walking to work, go grab some food, or even just going through the parks, there's a lot of green space downtown. You have Market Street, which kind of goes through the middle of downtown. You've got a bunch of green space along there. You've got City Garden, you've got the fountains, the sculptures. It's a really cool outdoor space, and then it kind of leads you right to the Arch, which is a national park. And not a lot of cities have a national park right next to the downtown district. So one of the cool things about St. Louis. Now, the next point is that living downtown is all condo and apartment buildings. So most of these buildings are old converted buildings that used to be either something industrial like warehouses and manufacturing or offices for banks and insurance companies. And they've been converted into condominiums and apartments. You've got a few newer built ones like the Victor. Technically, that's in downtown West, not downtown. And One Cardinal Way, if you're looking for more of a modern and recently built feel. But especially with the condos, you will see a lot of these really cool and charming industrial lofts. If you like big windows, tall ceilings, brick and beam style interior with a lot of those, historic industrial features, downtown is perfect for you. You're going to find a lot of that here. You got some buildings that are lots of drywall and wood floors, and then others where everything's exposed brick and concrete floors. So depending on your aesthetic preferences, you got a lot to pick from in St. Louis. And by the way, if you are looking at moving downtown or anywhere else in St. Louis and you'd like help buying a house, buying a condo, finding your right fit, just send over an email or send a text. My team and I are a group of realtors. We work the city, the suburbs, wherever you're moving to. We would love to help you if you want. No pressure. Now, regardless of the realtor you choose to work with, keep this in mind. You're going to want to pay attention to the actual building you're looking at. So yes, the unit itself you're considering is important. Does it have the square footage, the features you're looking for, the views? There is something to be said about that. But you also want to pay attention to the building. First up, the location. Where is it compared to where you'd like to be as far as work, entertainment, nightlife, all that kind of stuff. The amenities are a really big thing to consider because some buildings have a lot, some buildings do not have very many. Now, some of the top ones to pay attention for, secure parking. If you have a car and you would like to park in a secure garage, that's a big thing to look out for. If you'd rather park on the street or in a lot, up to you. Aside from parking, building security in general is a big thing. If you've got pets, pay attention to if a building has a pet park or not. Some of them will have like a little turf area to let the dogs out, and some of them do not have that. Other amenities people sometimes like are things like a fitness center, lounge, rooftop deck. Some of them are pretty nice with great views of the city, and a couple buildings have pools up there too, which is a lot of fun during the summertime. So when you're shopping around condos in St. Louis, definitely think about the amenities that you would like to have and prioritize the amenities you're looking for. The Meridian's a great example. It's got secure parking, doesn't have much else. No rooftop, no gym, no lounge. It does have insomnia cookies in the lobby, so there's that. But if you're looking for more amenities like a gym, a rooftop, a lounge, buildings like the Syndicate or Eli Walker Lofts are going to give you a little more bang for your buck as far as that condo fee goes. The Syndicate, one of the biggest condo buildings here, got a lot of amenities. The 9th floor patio, the club room, the gym, the rooftop, there's an arts and crafts room. So if you want to have all that, keep that in mind when deciding on the building. And that kind of conversation is what we have all the time with our buyers that reach out about looking downtown, because you really are not just buying the unit and the features inside the unit. It really is about the lifestyle you want to have and what building can best give you that kind of lifestyle. Now, if you are buying a condo downtown, the downtown market is a little bit different from the rest of the city and the St. Louis area. Tends to be a little bit slower paced, where these days it is either a stable market or it is in fact a buyer's market. So where the rest of St. Louis, the city, the county, the suburbs, the last couple of years have been a little bit crazy. Strong seller's market. Things are not sitting on the market very long. Sometimes seeing multiple offer situations, waiving contingencies. You don't see that as much downtown. Don't get me wrong, you will sometimes see competitive situations, but you'll also see more of these properties sitting on the market a little bit longer. If you're buying, great. You might have a little bit of the upper hand as far as negotiation on price, terms like inspections, closing date, concessions, all that kind of stuff. But think about that also when it comes to sell. Some of these condos take months to sell. They might sit on the market a little bit longer, and sometimes even take multiple listings to reach a sale. Another thing, whether you're renting an apartment or a condo, some buildings are full apartment rentals and some buildings are condos where you can buy or you can rent. Look out for who the management company is. Read the reviews. If you see people walking in and out of the building, ask them about their experiences with it. There is one in particular that has notoriously horrible reviews, goes by multiple names. So if you'd like to minimize the headache of your property management company, think about that before you sign any lease or write an offer on a condo. And as far as management goes, think about just, maintenance. How well kept are the common areas, the units, the garage space? Some buildings are notorious for having wild and crazy Airbnb parties, but not every building allows Airbnbs. So that's something to think about as well. Whether downtown is the right fit for you or not just depends on what you're looking for. And just to kind of give some examples, we've had some people that just want to live downtown because they work across the street. They want to have a convenient lifestyle, walk to work, have a building with some decent amenities, and that's really what they care about. And we've had other people that want to live downtown for basically all the other things going on. They want to go to the Cards game. They want to be able to walk to Ballpark Village or Enterprise Center. They want more of that city feel that you get downtown that you don't always have in the other city neighborhoods. Now, here's the thing I will say, regardless of what you're looking for, yes, downtown can absolutely give you that very St. Louis lifestyle, but so can other neighborhoods in the city. They're all just a little bit different from each other. St. Louis is definitely a collection of different neighborhoods that will vary from each other in terms of how they look, the nightlife option, the bars and restaurants that you have, and the type of people that live there. So whether you live downtown or not, there is still a lot that you can find in other areas of St. Louis City. Some other random things to keep in mind, I mean, especially if you have a rooftop, I mean, the views of the sun coming up or the sun going down, getting a unit in a building with a rooftop is going to have some of the best views of St. Louis you can ask for. And you know, it's downtown. It can get busy. You might experience some of the annoying things like 3 a.m. garbage collection, playing the whole gunshots or fireworks guessing game. One random thing that might not sound like a big deal but could get annoying is the lack of grocery stores and big chain stores. So there is a Schnucks downtown, and that's kind of it if you have a really big grocery haul that needs to get done. So you do have more options for shopping and running errands in Midtown. So if you have a car, that'll make things easier for you, but that's just one thing to pay attention to. Depending on where you like to shop and run your errands, you might not really be walking distance to all of that if you live downtown. So there you have it, some of the big things to think about when it comes to living downtown. This is definitely a high-level overview. There's a lot more that I could cover, but just wanted to keep this straightforward. And again, if you have questions or you just want some help moving to downtown, picking the right building, the right condo that fits your needs, get in touch. We would absolutely love to help you with that. That is what we're here for. Text, email, whatever is best for you. Outside of that, thank you for watching. I appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video right here on the Living St. Louis channel. Take care.